So what's stormwater runoff? Stormwater runoff is rainfall that flows over the ground surface. It is created when rain falls on roads, driveways, parking lots, rooftops, and other surfaces that do not allow water to soak into the ground. And this runoff can lead to many issues within the ocean.
What is in stormwater runoff? Stormwater runoff includes many things such as car oil, grease, and coolants, trash, fertilizers, and pesticides, dirt and sediments, chemicals, and detergents.
What causes stormwater runoff? So to understand how stormwater runoff works, you first have to understand how the hydrologic cycle works. The hydrologic cycle in turn takes water up into the atmosphere and releases it in four ways: in rain, hail, sleet, and snow.
What contributes to stormwater runoff? Our increasing growth in population contributes, increasing urbanization of areas, a lack of stormwater controls like best management practices, also known as BMPs. And what do BMPs do? They filter out pollutants to help prevent pollution.
What are the damages of stormwater runoff? So the first problem is pollution. It can lead to contaminated waters, and it can harm or even kill fish and other wildlife. Pollution can also lead to the destruction of habitats. Second problem, flooding. Because of improperly managed stormwater systems, or the lack of them, this can lead to flooding and overflow of water in areas, and floods can damage homes and businesses and can even overwhelm habitats and wetlands. Problem number 3 is water shortages. Water is an obvious necessity for life and one of the most valuable resources. When it rains, snows, or hails, water needs to be stored somewhere in order to be used. Water can be stored in underground aquifers, and if water has no way of getting underground in cities where the water is paved or cemented off, such as roads and rooftops, the water has no way of being soaked back into the underground and replenishing our underground storages.
What can effective stormwater runoff management do? Food control, conserve water bodies and resources, protect and preserve wetlands and ecosystems, and protect our overall health.
What can we do to prevent these stormwater runoff issues? We can reduce our pollution and stop littering. Clean after your pets and dispose of their waste properly. Maintain your trucks and cars so that they don't leak, and if they are leaking, fix those leaks. Make sure to drive less and get your emissions checked and pass smog. And be sure to support local stormwater programs and help those programs which help maintain a community stormwater system. So you may be wondering, did Alex and Ernie just go through 3 minutes without really mentioning how stormwater affects the ocean directly? Well, the reason we saved that for last is because understanding how stormwater can affect large bodies of water is a little complex, given that runoff is most impactful in large urbanized areas. A study was done on the Santa Monica Bay area here in Los Angeles, California, and even in hot, dry summers, about 10 to 25 million gallons of runoff enter the ocean per day. So imagine how much more runoff there is when precipitation occurs. You also might be asking yourself, doesn't all stormwater runoff get treated before entering the ocean? Well, the answer is actually no. Storm drains are there to eliminate flooding in the moment, and sewage water is the water that gets treated. So when this water enters the ocean, the amount of bacteria and pathogens in this water are off the charts, especially right next to the runoff drain. This bacteria and waste can make the water too unhealthy to even swim in. So imagine how the sea creatures and organisms are surviving. As mentioned earlier in our film, in this runoff comes in all oil car leaks, pet waste, fertilizer, and several other pollutants that can severely harm the health of oceanic systems. And all of these factors bring health risks to the beach, our rivers, and can directly impact our own communities, our population, harm biodiversity, and destroy habitats and ecosystems. We have a knowledge capital, and we have to use it. Us as humans have the capacity to learn from our own mistakes, so let's do so.